Cartoons, the animated frontier. These are the voyages of the Cellcast podcast. Its continuing mission to explore strange new cartoons, to seek out new animation styles and new creative storytelling methods, to boldly go where so few ever go again.
Am I wrong? Okay. This podcast is a part of Christian Reek Central Network. Wrong.
Hey, Scoop, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be reading an ad.
All right, hold on. Give me it.
Okay.
All right. This podcast is part of the Christian Geek Central Network at ChristianGeekCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast,
the animated series.
Joining me today is a man who has now learned why he shouldn't be the leader of the group. Welcome, Jacob.
Man, okay, fine, Lionel. You can have the job. Snarf.
Oh, Whiskers.
Thank you. Let me introduce our co-host, a man who only has until the sun rises to remain on this plane. Welcome, Drew.
Well, I may only have to the sun rises to get off the plane, or to stay on the plane, but that's actually a good thing, because when the sun rises, the snakes are going to wake up. And, you know, I've just had it with these blankety-blank snakes on this blankety-blank plane.
Okay.
It's a little off the cuff, but it'll work. Today, we are reviewing Thundercats 2011, Season 1, Episode 16, The Trials of Lion-O. Let me rephrase that, because it's just Trials of Lion-O Part 2. The "the" is gone. It was in the first one. It's not on the second one. Why don't you tell us about this episode, Jacob?
All right. Lion-O, while still in the spirit world, must face Lion-O, he must face himself. What? Okay, starting over.
Recolor. It's that recolor match from Mortal Kombat. From Mortal Kombat, where you're fighting the same guy, but in order to make it different, they changed the color of the outfit. Woo!
All right, take two. While still in the spirit world, Lion-O must face Panthro and Tigra for his final two challenges, or trials, might have you. Back in the real world, Mum-Ra works his magic on the Sword of Omens. Will Lion-O be able to return on time to lead the Thundercats out of danger?
No! Not technically.
No.
Okay. The third trial, going into the trivia. The third trial takes place in the Thunderian Palace, while the fourth one takes place in the game arena. This is the second episode in the series so far where it starts with a recap of the previous episode, in this case, Trials of Lion-O Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
The trials Lion-O faces are similar to the anointment trials from the original series, namely, Lion-O's anointment first day, Trial of Strength, where he has to face off against Panthro, and Lion-O's anointment fourth day, the Trial of Mind Power, where he has to test his mental strength against Tigra. He faced mental strength against Tigra.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that last one was, because I just know Lion-O was still not going to ring that bell.
Well,
because he'll never ring that bell.
No, he won't. I mean, like it's more a mental, like almost like mental fortitude.
I guess.
Will Lion-O be able to not get angry at Tiger's taunts? He never does.
That's not him at all.
No, it's not. He's his very brash self like usual,
and
a bit of a hothead.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this. How quickly did you realize that the way Lion-O was going to get Panthro out of the ring was just to order him like the king he is?
I think the first time Panthro threw him to the ground, I was like, wait a minute. There's no way on earth this is going to... It's got to be easier than this.
Got to be
easier
than this. Like,
of course.
Of course. Panthro, leave the circle.
Yeah,
All right.
I am your king.
I'm your king. You're the king. I'm going to do what you say. Gotcha. Congratulations. You realize that your ability to be leader is your strength. So his strength is that he was born king. Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much.
We see how the writing of the show initially started. No, I'm teasing there. And let's face it, we both knew, or at least I kind of could guess the minute they showed the arena.
Oh,
there's no way Lion-O's going to win.
No, there's no way.
There's no way. It's like they would never let him beat Tigra unless it was actually beating the real Tigra.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense.
So he's obviously not going to win. So how is he going to get out of this? Oh, we're using the Dragon Ball method, where he just shows up for no good reason.
Yeah.
But he's only got until the sun rises. Until the loophole strikes.
Yeah. Pretty much. I do like the fact that Lion-O, all the previous ones, he got a gold key. And this one, he gets
a skull key.
A skull key.
Black skull key. And it's like, why did you give him a key? You should have just... Tiger should have just reached up and pulled a rope that showed up for no good reason and have Lion-O just drop right into Jaga's room. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
But then that's because I'm lover of absolute ridiculous.
Yeah, that is true. But also it would like just totally destroy the tone of what's going on.
True, but it's like, you're going to make him accept his death? That's not fair.
Personally, I did really like the Dea Ex Machina that, be like, you're actually going to live because you're the Lord of Thundercats. I'm like, really?
That's a stupid reason.
That is a really stupid reason.
Because that did not help Claudius.
No.
At all.
No, it didn't.
It's like, you get to live because you're the chosen one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then what was the point
of the trials?
Well, that's because we know what the point of the trials is, because Panthro, or faux Panthro, we should say, tells him what the point of the trials is.
Yeah.
The point of the trials was to teach you a lesson, Lion-O.
Yeah.
No friggin' kidding. What is the point of this two-parter again? To make Lion-O realize what he should have known at the beginning of the show.
But there again, Lion-O is almost a substitute for the audience in order to learn things.
I know. Lion-O has to learn how to be the hero he's supposed to be.
Yes.
I get that. I just wish it wasn't so annoying how he always has to make the wrong decision before he makes the right one, when we're sitting there going, no. Don't bet the sword of not the sword of Thundera.
Yes, the sword of omens.
Sword of omens, thank you. No, don't bet the sword of omens that you can fight this guy who has won 30 other swords. That's a stupid idea. That Lion-O. No. Don't go into this poorly made version of Moby Dick to fight a giant monster in the middle of the sea sand. That's a stupid idea, Lion-O. I can see this coming from a mile away. The only smart thing, Lion-O, you did was you helped the Pedalars and you helped the Burbles.
And
it took you 3 episodes to realize, the second stone is in the hut and it's on the astral plane. We could have saved some time, and you wouldn't, and Chitara wouldn't have lost her old staff if you'd have just figured that out in the first place. Sorry.
He is a very frustrating kitten. It's saying much for the wily kitten cat.
I have a stupid question, being it's been probably 30 years, 20, 30 years since I've seen the original Thundercats.
Okay.
Was Lion-O this stupid in that one?
There was a lot of learning curve for Lion-O.
Okay, fair enough.
So it does kind of image Lion-O.
It's fair enough.
But
he is learning to be the leader. I get that. It's just the way the show is always presented. I mean, basically, because most of what I remember of the original show was the epic opening. in my mind is they're already G.I. Joe in essence in cat form. I expect them to be this awesome. Or I expect Lion-O in some ways to be like Optimus Prime, where he's already wise beyond his years. And then that's not who this character is, and that's on me. So yeah. Well, anyway, now that I've made myself look completely and utterly stupid.
No, the fact that like in the original series, Lion-O, like we said before, that Lion-O in the original series was a cub. He was a kid. He was a cub, and then when his animation capsule got exposed, he grew up, but he was still a child. So in this, he's still a child learning to be a king. But he's still...
And granted, this is not a bad concept. This is very much meant to be like the hero's journey. It's just unlike other hero's journeys that I've seen in the past, namely Star Wars, and I think that's the one that jumps to my mind. I don't see the main character do such stupid things. Of course, in this instance, it's because it's a TV show that we've got to have separate episodes for and watch in any order, because that's just how they made TV shows back then. So, I'm reading too much into it, as always.
True.
Anyway, do we have anything else to say on this episode?
The next episode is a lot better. Let's say that.
All right. I haven't watched that one yet.
It's good.
Join us on the next episode, which is Native Son.
Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with Wayward Son.
Carry on my native son.
Row, row.
That's not the song at all.
Row, row.
Come, Jacob. We must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast.
Oh, boy.
So where can they find you, Jacob?
They can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron and Jacob's Daily Art Corner, my personal art Facebook page. On Twitter at Jacob B. Heron, on Instagram at Jacob B. Heron, and on Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. Where can they find you, Drew?
You can find me on Facebook at Drew Dodgen. You can also find my Facebook page at Drew's Photo Bin, where I upload my photography. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at GGeorge759 and Twitter at GGeorge759. Where can they find us, Jacob?
You can also visit our website, thecellcast.podbean.com, where you will find every episode we released and links to listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. Our RSS feed, if we aren't in your favorite podcast app directory, please share, review, and subscribe to us there and share us with your friends.
You will also find a link to our Facebook group, the Double Feature Podcast Community, where we talk about both animated and live-action movies. We share this with our other podcasts, which we do with Jacob's brother Jim, at the Movie of the Week podcast, where we talk about live-action movies. You can also email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Also, please like our page on Facebook. We try to post about upcoming movies. If you comment on that movie's post before we record, we'll read your comments in the episode. And remember, every time we say the Cellcast, that is with a single L.